Right, so here's my very simple braised pork leg.
Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. I have with me approximately 1 kg of pork leg here. You can either use front or rear pork leg, up to you. So I'm going to do a braised pork leg dish today, my family's favorite, actually my personal favorite also. Alright, so now the most important part that you cannot miss before you start doing anything is to prep your pork leg, which is to blanch it. So how you blanch it, very simple. Prepare a pot of water, cold water, put in the raw pork leg, bring the temperature up until it is boiling and let it boil for a minute or two. Of course, you can also add in some ginger slices and Shaoxing wine or cooking rice wine. Then after that, you can take out the pork leg and wash it. Then this blanching process will at least remove 90% of the gaminess from the pork leg itself. Never skip this step. So this is already blanched. Yeah. So after the pork leg, of course, we need some spices. I have few pieces of fresh coriander roots, few cloves of garlic, few slices of ginger, and also shallot slices. Then we have 3 pieces of cinnamon stick here, and also, sorry, 1 piece of cinnamon stick and also 3 star anise, yeah? And I'll be adding in some 13 spice powder here. You can actually use 5 spice powder if you can't find 13 spice powder in your area. Then one more thing here, this is Appa's secret today. I'm going to add in the gula melaka instead of the normal white sugar. Wow, you can imagine how much this gula melaka, coconut palm sugar, is going to add extra flavor to this. And last but not least, of course, Appa is going to add in my Cooking Appa chicken stock powder as well, where you can get it from Shopee Malaysia or Shopee Singapore. So first of all, we're going to prepare the braised broth. Put in some oil. And you want to saute your shallots. This is like almost like you want to prepare some shallot oil as well, yeah? Definitely added flavor. So you want to saute this until it is started to get brownish. Shallot oil or garlic oil is actually very important to enhance the flavor of your pork leg. Wow, this is less than 1 minute. I already can smell the very nice fragrance coming out from the shallot. I can now put in the ginger, garlic, and also the fresh coriander roots. Wow, very fragrant. Now I have a beautiful shallot oil. Super, super fragrant. Shortly after that, we can put in the star anise and also cinnamon stick. Now in China or in some of the shops, they like to use a combination of 10 over dried herbs or Chinese herbs to make the braised broth. I am not so much of a dried herbs person. I prefer to use fresh herbs. So there's no right or wrong. You decide how you want to do it. Basically, the braised broth, the most important thing is not the herbs, but it is actually the soya sauce. All right, now that it is amazingly aromatic right now, after about 3 to 5 minutes sauteing, super, super fragrant. Now we can add in some hot water. Use hot water so that your cooking process can be faster. Now one thing you want to take note when you are making your braised pork, it is don't use too much water. If you use too much water, you will dilute everything. So after you add in the water, now we can put in the necessary flavor. I'm going to add in some of my cooking apple chicken stock powder, some 13 spice powder, approximately 1 teaspoon, at least 2 tablespoons of my palm sugar, coconut palm sugar. Probably I'll put a little bit more. 3 rounds or 4 rounds of light soya sauce. Wow, now it's already super fragrant. And probably 1 to 2 tablespoons of dark soya sauce here. This is more for the color. Don't put too much dark soya sauce because it can make your braised become bitter. And we do need to put in some salt. So the next thing is just to bring this to a boil. Make sure everything is nicely melted and dissolved inside here. Then your braised broth is ready. We're going to combine everything into the pressure cooker. Alright, so here's my inner pot for the pressure cooker. Let's put in. Okay, I just put in my blanched pork leg. You can put in some egg and also tofu, or you can braise the egg and tofu towards the end also can. Now we are going to pour the sauce over. Oh, just nice. Remember I told you all just now, don't put too much broth. If you put too much broth, it won't turn out nice. You want to be just nice, and you want to really cook the gelatinous from the skin, yeah, so that it's a little bit sticky. Ooh, then it's going to taste really good. See, just nice. The level, all the pork is just nicely submerged under the broth, and now we can put it inside the pressure cooker. Alright, so here's my pressure cooker. Put in the inner pot, close the lid, and let me on it and choose. I'm going to choose high temperature, and that's it. Let it cook for use high temperature to pressurize cook it for approximately 30 to 35 minutes. Then it is done. That's how simple it is. Oh, by the way, for those who don't use a pressure cooker, you can use normal pot. Use medium to low heat to slowly cook it for approximately, I would suggest, about 2 hours to really get the soft, tender texture you want for the pork leg. Somewhere between 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Okay, this is after exactly about 35 minutes. Now, pressure cookers, after it is completed with the pressurized cooking, inside the inner pot, it is still pressurized. It will take probably another 15 to half an hour to slowly let it release. And actually, if you prefer your meat to be more tender, then you can just leave it as it is. Wait for another 15 to 30 minutes until the pressure releases by itself, then only you open it. But today, because I know exactly what kind of tenderness I want, I don't want my pork to be too tender. I like some bite feel, yeah, some crunchiness. So I'm actually going to manually release the pressure. Actually, it is recommended to let it release by itself. So anyhow, to ease the pressure release process, I actually put a cloth onto the pressure valve, and then there is a button here. Oh, can you see the... Then I'm actually slowly release the pressure manually, so that I actually control my pressurized cooking process to about 30 to 35 minutes only, yeah, nothing longer. Sometimes when I prefer it to be more tender and softer, I will just let it inside, let the pressure to release by itself, no problem. Wow, now the whole house can smell of my pork leg. So you just release this until you no longer hear any hissing sound. Alright, once the pressure valve has gone down, it means the pressure has been fully released inside. Now we can safely open. Wow, the lid, oh my god, this is super fragrant. Right, this is super fragrant. Let me take out one or two for you to see. Look at this, how beautiful it is. Very nice. Really, really very nice. Alright, basically it's done. I'm just going to take out some of the sauce to braise some tau pork. Right, so here's my very simple braised pork leg. I hope you like my very simple video today. If you like my video, do share my video on Facebook to your friends. Come Cooking Appa Facebook page to click like and follow button. Follow up on the Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.